yes, we are here. We made it. Brilliant. I love it. So today, welcome to today's Midday Miracle Message. Now, it's all around creating loving, deep, meaningful, productive, successful relationships. Now, the first thing that I want to do before I even start, just type in the comments, what challenges do you have when it comes to relationships? Because so many of us are going to go through challenges when it comes to relating to ourselves, when it comes to relating to other people, whether that be family members, friends, work colleagues, strangers that you come in contact with, whether it comes to relationships with money, whether it comes to relationships with life. What challenges do you have when it comes to relationships? Type in the chat, let me know. Straight away, let's just dive straight into it, because without us knowing what the challenges are, what can happen is you can keep doing the same thing again and again and again, banging your head up against a brick wall. That strategy is not going to work, and it's not going to serve you. So when it comes to relationships, who needs to be the change? Let me just ask this question. Is it other people? Do they need to be the change, or is it us? Because here's what I'm here to tell you, and you're not going to like the same when I say it, or maybe you will, because it's the truth. In fact, when I do say this, let's see what it brings up. Does it bring up freedom, or does it bring up resistance? The quality of your life, it comes down to the quality of the emotions that you feel within the relationships that you create. Let me just say that again. The quality of your life comes down to the quality of the emotions that you feel based on the relationships that you're creating. So look at this. We've got Michael saying like time, energy, and stress. All of these things come in when it comes to relationships. Relationship with time. Oh my God, I'm chasing time all the time. Relationship with energy. Oh my God, I'm doing things that's draining me of energy. I'm doing things that now my stress levels are going to go up. So now I'm connecting with things through the lens of stress. This is one of the reasons why at the moment what I'm doing is I'm running a 5-day challenge. We're actually on day 4. Now, here's what I suggest, that reach out to us. Make sure that you get the recordings from this 5-day challenge, because what this 5-day challenge is all about, it's really to give people that level of awareness to be able to focus on the things in life that are the most important things. The way that you relate to yourself, the way that you relate to others, the relay that Gavin says, say that once more, please, Skip. Okay. So what I said was the quality of your life comes down to the quality of the emotions that you create, because this is what I want you to understand. No one creates, in fact, who creates your emotions? Type in the chat. Who creates them? Yeah, you. But things happen where we then create certain emotions. But if we then go, oh yeah, but you made me feel like this. You said this and that made this happen. All of that pointing the finger, that blame. Look at this. I'm pointing the finger at you, but look at this. There's 3 fingers pointing back to me. So we need to understand that we have to be the change. It has to be us. We can't blame anybody else for what we feel, what we think, for what action steps we take. You're all given free will. You're all given a mind. You're all given a body. You've all got spirit. Whether it's used or not is going to depend on the quality of the habits that you create on a daily basis. So that saying, Gavin, was the quality of your life comes down to the quality of the emotions that you create within the relationships that you create. Now, it's a 2-way street. You want to learn how to create emotions and then bring those good emotions to the table. And then in that relationship, the two of you start to create even better emotions, even better connections start to form. The quality of your lives comes from the quality of the emotions coming from the relationships we have in our life. Boom, there you go. That's it. Now, we can reword that in other ways, but for me, I want you to get the essence of the meaning behind the words of what I'm saying. Because when you understand that, and then you understand, right, I'm going to have to relate to myself in this game of life. Last thing I want to be doing is in my own mind. I do not want to be beating myself up. I do not want to be having a relationship with myself where what I believe is not true. Because most things that people are pinning meanings on now in today's world, a lot of it is illusions. And it's in those illusions that people then go and make decisions. Before they know it, they've gone and taken their whole journey off a cliff. It's like driving a car off a cliff. Before you know it, it's like, we're having a great journey. This is awesome. Everyone's on this journey with me. Before you know it, bam, you strut off a cliff. And you're like, what happened? I was enjoying that journey. I was having a good time. The challenge was some things in that good time have been taking life away from you. This is why on the 5-day challenge, we have to deal with creating the body that you deserve. We did that on day 1. Talking about moving the body, feeding the body what it needs. Day 2, we're talking about harnessing the power of this thing up here. Because if you don't harness the power of your mind will take you wherever it's going to take you. It can take you to stress, can take you to overwhelmment, can take you to frustration, can take you to anxiety. It's basically going to take you to places where all this resistance is coming up. That resistance is going to cloud you. It's like putting lenses over you where now you can't see in the moment. We want you to be fully present in the moment so that you start to empower yourself with decisions that you make. And this is why I'm giving all this stuff away for free, this 5-day challenge to help people supercharge their 2021 so they know what action steps need to be taken so that they start to improve the quality of their lives. So day 3 we covered manifesting more money. It's essential. We've got to make sure that we're having this income stream flowing to us, not where it's breaking down and people are experiencing a drought. So Michael says, where can I access the recordings for day 1 to 4? If you send an email to james@skiparchimedes.com, james@skiparchimedes.com, if you send an email there, in fact, I'll write it in the, I'll just put it in the chat now. Can I do that? Yes. If you, so I'll put it here. So it's james@skiparchimedes.com for recordings. So there we go. So I've just put james@skiparchimedes.com for the recording. So if you go there, email James there. We'll be more than happy to send you those recordings of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. What I will say is if you go to one of the other Midday Miracle Messages, one of the early ones, say ones from maybe 2-3 days ago, there's a link in there so that you can actually register and you can come and join us live tomorrow for day 5. Day 5 is really where the magic of life gets born through us. It's where we go if we want to create a life of miracles. It's a frequency, it's a state, it's an energy, it's stuff that, just like with our mobile devices, with Wi-Fi, you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't taste it, you can't feel it, it's non-visible and it's non-physical. What we do on day 5 is connecting into that universal power. So we can have that energy that creates worlds breathe through us, and we can focus that energy to grow and create the world that we want on this planet with our loved ones. And that way you get put into the driving seat, and that way you get to decide where you want to take your life. You get to create your own world. And it's such a beautiful journey. It's such an unbelievable journey to go on, because knowing that you have all the answers within you, you just got to learn how to be able to go there and tap into them and get them activated so that that magic of life can be born through you. There we go. So Michael says it's done. So he's emailed James. Oh, brilliant. I'll go and see James in a second to make sure that he gets those recordings sent to you. What I will say though, Michael, is get registered for tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. till about 11:30. We've got day 5 from the 5-day challenge. So that one you can come and catch it live. You can interact with us. You can ask us questions. We do it all on Zoom. It's a beautiful journey that you get to go through. You get to see some unbelievable results that other people have been creating. And I'm talking about literally creating a life of miracles in a challenging time. This time that we're going through now, it should give us that chance to be able to relate to ourselves, to other people, to the planet, to nature, to the seasons in ways where we can become empowered. If we go into fear, whether it's any type of fear in the mind, and you look at somebody who you're in a relationship with and you look at them through the lens of fear, all of a sudden, that person can become someone negative in your life simply because of the lens of the belief system that's in place. We take out that lens, we take out that belief system, we put a new one in, then all of a sudden you're back in an empowered driving. You're just going to learn how to drive your life forward, literally no matter what is happening, which means what? You're going to be guaranteed to get the results that you want in life every single time. And what results do we want? We want health, energy, and vitality pulsing through your body and mind. We want you in control of your mind so that we can focus your mind where you can focus your mind where you want to focus it. We want to make sure that you've got multiple income streams coming in or a good flow of money coming in so that no matter what happens in our crazy world, you're always going to be taken care of. Fourth one, understanding relationships is what we've been doing today. We've got to understand that we need to learn how to relate to ourselves, to others, to food, to our jobs, to our careers, to our creator, to life. We want to be able to relate to all of these things in ways where we become empowered. A lot of the challenges that people are going through at the moment in relationships, and it can be in work relationships, it can be in personal relationships. So it doesn't matter whether they're personal relationships or business relationships. What we're starting to see now is people are creating these toxic relationships. And it's in these toxic relationships, what they do is they connect in a way where they're like, bam, 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 bam. And it's resistance and there's friction and they're basically being battered and they're battering each other. Whereas, and all of this is like living in the sewers. You can live and you can survive there, but you're never going to thrive there. So what we want to do is help you go into a higher state of consciousness, help you see things from a higher perspective, help you get your frequency into a higher frequency so that you can attract more things at a high level, because like attracts like. Whatever you're feeling, I can guarantee whatever you're feeling, you're going to be attracting. Write that down. Whatever you're feeling, you're going to be attracting. So if you're feeling like a victim, guess what? You're going to attract more victim experiences. Even if you're challenged, like for me, like tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing one of my stories of when I fell down the waterfall, how I bounced back so quick, how I got to do things that seemingly should be impossible for a human, and we did it in a matter of days. And it's because we've got 3 engines running. Now, do you want, if you had the chance of having 3 engines running or 1 to power you through life, what are you going to pick? You're going to pick all 3 because you're going to want more power behind you. The challenge is, first of all, do you know what these 3 engines are? And if they are, type them in the chat, type them in the comments. What are the 3 engines that we should be able to activate and that we should be able to use on a consistent basis? Type it in the chat. Let me know, what are those 3 engines? If one is called the body, what are the other 2 called? Type it in the chat. One's called the mind. Yep. What's the third one called? The spirit, the soul. You want to make sure that all these 3 engines, you have all 3 running, because that's how you get to experience life at the highest levels without breaking down. You get to fuel yourself up with the force of life at super, super high levels. So Gavin's saying, how can we remove the resistance? By creating habits every single day that no matter what happens in life, we do these certain habits every single day that either fuel up the body, fuel up the mind, or fuel up the spirit. I call them activations. What happens for a lot of people is they're eating certain foods, they're drinking certain drinks, and what's happening over a long-term basis is it's deactivating the body. So what they're doing is they're putting stuff in themselves that's literally ripping life away from them. They're being deactivated. What I want to show you how to do is through food, through thoughts, through feelings, through action steps, through learning certain things, through doing certain things, you will learn how to be activated at super high levels. I've got this with a group of people I'm doing at the moment. They're on a course called Connect Now. And every single day, they learn how to get their body activated, their mind activated, their spirit activated. We've got to make sure that we're being activated on a consistent basis, because if not, we know what's going to happen. Deactivation is going to carry on, and it's going to start to override what's normal. And what's normal is health, energy, success, abundance, alignment. All these things are normal, but we need to make sure that we design our life the way it should be. So that's why we say to people, look, come and join us on this 5-day challenge. It's free. Get the link. It will be in one of the other Midday Miracle Message that I left. If you check one out, say like 2-3 days ago, you'll see the link in there. Get yourself registered. We can then send you the replays. And he's saying, does overactivation exist? Well, not when there's balance and there's alignment. So if we go and overactivate us, okay, I'll give you so the simple answer is when there's alignment, nothing's going to be out of balance. The challenge is most people aren't in alignment. So let's just look at the alignment between the body, the mind, and the spirit. So many people now are having their mind overactivated. So much information is coming in the mind. It's overwhelming people. It's putting people into fear. It's deactivating the mind. Now it's spinning super fast. I can't stop these thoughts. These thoughts are owning me. And if I have a certain thought, I'll believe it because there's so much energy up there. What happens is then the body might get sacrificed. So they may not start moving their body so much. They may be eating certain foods that is deactivating the body. It's de-energizing the body. They may be just being lazy and lying down, throughout the days or in the evenings. And remember, energy creates energy. So if they get into that rut, they fall into that hole, and now the body's being deactivated, and now the mind's being overactivated. Now their spiritual connection, forget about it. Doesn't even exist, because now the body is getting number and number. The spirit's getting number and number, because you've heard the saying, use it or lose it. So true. Use it or lose it. So then what happens is the mind is being overactivated, but in ways that are disempowering. So what's in the mind is all the fear. What's in the mind is all the doubts. What's in the mind is all the worry. What's in the mind is all the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, all of that stuff. And it's just, that's at the forefront of people's minds. That's why we need to create the balance between the body and the mind and the spirit, so that we can slow the engine of the mind down, speed up the engine of the body, speed up the engine of the spirit, get those engines running. Now we can free the mind, because you cannot get out of the mind using the stuff that got you into the mind. We have to use the body or the spirit to create that balance and to create that alignment. That's why I'm giving these 5 days away for free, to really help people to tap into looking at life through a different set of eyes. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I really do. I hope that you've got some value from today's Midday Miracle Message. If you have, please do like it. Please do share it. Please do comment below. And for those of you that are in Connect Now, I'll literally be seeing you in about 40 minutes on our group live call at 1 o'clock. For those of you that are in Club Supercharge, we'll be seeing you at 7:30 in the morning. And for those of you that want to come and join us live, we can give that to you free of charge as well. So I hope you got some value from this. Live strong, live healthy, live long. Make sure you live now. For now, I'm out of here.